Buying a neglected property can be a great way of getting more house for your money, and with a bit of creativity and dedication, you can end up with a unique family home. Empty properties come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, but the one thing they all have in common is the potential to inspire creatively minded buyers, people who can see through the dilapidation to create their own dream home.
Wow,
amazing.
That's striking.
Wow, beautiful.
What do you think of that one?
Wow, I really like that.
We're on a mission to unlock the potential of Britain's forgotten houses and show you how one of them could become your new home. I'll be showing 2 house hunters around 2 vacant places in the hope of finding them a home.
So much outside space is amazing.
And we'll be seeing how once disused dwellings have become amazing abodes. A house in need of rescue may not be at the top of every home buyer's list, but find one that's in a bad state but on a good road and you could be holding the key to a bargain. Samantha, Chitty and James Elston have been living with Sam's parents in Putney in southwest London for the last year, while they save to buy their first home together.
Every day we spend here really is better, because obviously the more money we're saving, so the better the house we'll be able to get in the end, if you look at it like that. So, but then it could be 5 years' time, we've still go, oh, we're still saving, and now we can afford...
No, we are moving out.
James works as a tennis coach in nearby Roehampton and wants a short commute, while Sam's a PA in central London, so needs to be close to the tube.
I'd compromise if you found, so it was a bit further away from where we really wanted to be.
Yeah, I
really
wouldn't,
nice
but it was a
house.
nice area as well.
A nice area, then that extra kind of 10 minutes to work or whatever, I'd be like, well...
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me as well.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Sam and James aren't shy of taking on a renovation and are looking forward to the challenge.
It would be so fun to just have that, and so that once we move in, it's completely our own place. We've designed it with whatever quirky features we want.
As first-time buyers, their mortgage limit is £300,000, with an extra 60 grand help from family, but even that will be a stretch in pricey London. So an empty place could make their money go further and get them on the first rung of the property ladder. Well, hi guys.
Hi.
What are we after?
We want 2 bedrooms, because we want to rent the other one out. We'd love outside space, but obviously that is tricky.
Yep.
And a period building.
Now, where ideally would it be?
Clapham, Battersea, Stockwell, Brixton, Balham.
Yeah.
Basically southwest.
Well, let's have a think about the budget.
Well, 300 is probably the max.
Yeah.
Okay.
300,000, yeah.
And how handy are you?
Not.
You say great, it's not my #1 skill.
But my mum's an interior designer, so it would be a project for her. And she's got a really good team of builders, everything's quite cheap, so...
So you've got some good backup then?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Lots of free advice.
Yeah.
So just give me an idea of what your ideal property would look like inside.
For me, a bigger kitchen reception room, sort of open plan would be ideal.
Open plan is very much of the moment. The key thing is getting you into places where you can see the potential to create the space that you want. It'll be quite tough, this one, I suspect. But who knows? Let's see what we can find you.
Absolutely.
So they're looking for a period conversion flat with 2 bedrooms, some outside space, close to transport links and ideally in southwest London. Even with £300,000 to buy and £60,000 to spend on renovating, it's not a lot for a 2-bed flat in London. First up, we're at a place in Peckham in southeast London. Slightly further out than they were hoping for, but it's on a good street and represents great value for money. Although it would mean a longer commute for James, there are excellent rail links into town for Sam. No one has been living in this Victorian 3-bedroom conversion for months. It's on the market for £215,000, leaving Sam and James more than enough to spare from their 300 grand budget to get their perfect first home together. There we are. You wanted something kind of period?
Yeah.
Classic kind of London terrace, really. I imagine you've looked at a lot of this sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much everything's been like this, yeah. It's nice.
Now, we're kind of in
Nice.
an area that's just slightly outside the zone that you were thinking about. Nunhead, near Peckham. I know it's a little bit further out. How do you feel about that?
It's quite far for James for work and things.
To get all the way back across London.
Yeah.
But
we're looking more southwest, but we're open-minded.
Well, you know, the kind of trick is to try and get you as much value for money as possible.
Sure.
Currently on the market for £215,000.
wow.
For 3 beds.
Yeah. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Good.
Really?
Right then. Well, let's see what we can do on the inside.
Sorry.
Come and have a look. Having rented the flat to tenants, the owner of this place is now selling it on, and it's been vacant for 2 months. There is a small amount of outside space, and inside are 3 bedrooms, all in need of updating. Right, let's see what you think of this. Long and thin is the thing to kind of bear in mind.
Yeah.
Currently a bedroom
I like these doors.
in there, and this is what is
Quite nice and big.
set up as the living space.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
Yes. I mean, it's not in a rundown state at all.
You don't think so?
No.
What have you been looking at? Well, we've got some...
This isn't probably as big as the living spaces only because we'd want it combined with the kitchen, ideally.
Yeah. Well, that's the thought that we've got, because you're thinking of having 2 bedrooms, one of which you might rent out to help pay for the whole thing. Now, this is currently a living space, but if this were a bedroom, and if we gave you a master suite at the other end of the building, you and your tenant, as it were, would be nicely separated.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and you get the quieter end at the back.
Yeah, and then you get the street end.
Well, it does mean, of course...
Double glazed,
it is all double glazed. I mean, it's classic kind of, you know, renovation job in that they've just chucked in, you know, bog standard UPVC, you know, not the classic sash windows that it would have had originally. If you wanted to, you know, put that character back into it, you would.
That's something that we would definitely consider.
All of that, I would suggest, would go. That kind of faux brickwork.
And the heater.
Yeah, all that, get rid, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But it's sort of knocking about that you could... You could do.
Yeah, which is where your mum could come in as well and give
sort us out.
her bit of...
Well, go in there, because that bedroom, I'm thinking, would make a great living space. Have a look in there. Now, if you'd give that living room up next door to a bedroom, this was our idea of living space. Because at the moment, it looks out onto the yard there. And it's a bit wasted, really, as a bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would suggest. So this wall, which is just stud...
Could go.
Could go.
Yeah.
So that you literally walk into the living space?
Yeah. The whole
I
thing
like
would sweep through to proposed new kitchen area down through the back of the flat. But, yeah, the key ingredient would be to get rid of this wall.
Yeah, because that's just wasted space really.
Yeah, it's just creating a corridor, which you don't need.
No.
And go for that open plan thing. And this is what you would need to kind of set about with a sledgehammer and some mates and a case of beer.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
I am definitely not doing that. I won't.
Now, in here, currently the bathroom, as you can see, you'd want to lose that.
Yeah.
Now, the idea is that if you open it all up through there, all this could come out as well. So that would effectively become a kind of galley kitchen, quite open plan.
Yeah.
And then this could be bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're...
So would you walk into the living room open plan kitchen?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
Beyond the kitchen are 2 small bedrooms which I reckon could be knocked through to create one fantastic master with an ensuite. What do you think?
Yeah, no,
I like it. Lots of potential, definitely.
And because it's so cheap, you have got the money to go all out.
Well, the scope to create the contemporary open plan space they want has got Sam and James intrigued, but it'll take some work. And as with any renovation, you need to take proper advice. So we got a local architect to have a look at changing the layout of the flat, knocking down walls, swapping the kitchen and bathroom around, and to give us an idea of cost. He's saying sort of 50, 60,000. So add that to your 215.
It's still under...
Yeah.
budget.
So a bit of a contender, do you think?
This is the ideal kind of property we want.
It was, 10 miles west.
Okay.
Probably would have been perfect.
Let's see if we can find you something 10 miles west then. Come on. The rewards of bringing a house back from the brink can be immense for both the heart and the purse strings, but it often needs great dedication. Which is something James Nye and Lucy Collings had when they bought this 5-bedroom Victorian villa in southeast London in 1999.
The way we found the house was by sending out a mail shot, I think, to more than 150 agents one morning, and getting back loads of inappropriate houses that we really didn't want to go and see. But one agent understood and told us about this house. We looked at it late one Sunday night in the dark and felt, well, that's intriguing.
I think it was lovely because it was so simple. There was no warren of small rooms that you had to think hard about what you would do with them. You know, it was great, big, solid, square, chunky house that you knew you could add something on the back.
After 6 months working on the design and planning with an architect, the year-long renovation of the former squat began.
We liked the idea of retaining the classic Victorian front, but then having the great surprise of coming into a house that we'd really modernised quite amazingly.
Lucy and James wanted to create a unique family home they could grow into.
One of the important things about this house was that not only to be bulletproof for living with small children, but we wanted somewhere that we could display, you know, our paintings, and where I could keep a clock collection. And again, having the blank canvas of a space meant we could design rooms or walls to be exactly as we wanted.
It's a very easy house to live in. It works very well. It's comfortable, it's fun, and I love the colour. We never get bored with the colour.
With freshly renovated houses of this type going for £800,000 at the time, Lucy and James bagged a bargain when they snapped up this dishevelled dwelling.
Well, we bought the house in 1999 for £440,000. The property market obviously went up itself, but I would say at the height of the property market, conceivably it could have been worth £2 million.
And it's whetted their appetite for more.
Having done such a big renovation, the only thing that we'd want to do after this would be a new build, to do the whole thing from scratch.
First-time buyers Sam, Chitty and James Elston are living with Sam's parents while they save up to buy a flat together in southwest London. With £360,000 to spend, I think an empty home is their best bet for finding what they want within budget. The first flat I showed them is excellent value for money at £215,000, leaving them ample cash left over to get it just how they want it. Even though it was outside their ideal area of London, Sam saw its potential.
Because it's so cheap, you have got the money to go all out.
A property in need in a good area is just what I found them a little further west. It may be Edwardian, but even back then people lived in flats, and this purpose-built Maisonette is in the very popular area of Balham in southwest London. Having been let to tenants, it's not been lived in for 2 months since the owner decided to sell it. Well, as promised, we have come a few miles further west.
Yeah.
Balham. Now, I know this is an area that you have thought about.
Yeah, definitely.
So what have we got for you? We've got you the ground floor of this, well, it was designed as a couple of Maisonettes, and that's exactly what it still is. That's why you've got the 2 doors there.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
The ground floor, shared garden, currently 2-bed.
Okay.
But it does all come at a premium because of where we are.
Okay.
This is on the market for £300,000.
Okay. That is budget.
That's the budget.
That is the
That's
budget.
top of the budget.
How far could you stretch above that for any renovations?
Well, we'd be happy to do it over time, as long as you could live there and maybe do a bathroom and then later on do the kitchen or whatever.
I mean, the thing I love about this is that you can do as much or as little as you want. And you'll see what I mean when we get in there.
Yeah.
Shall we? Come on. There's a reception room at the front with 2 bedrooms behind. Then at the back is the kitchen and bathroom, while outside there's a shared garden. OK, let's start in here.
Wow.
Yeah?
Like it.
Yeah. What do you like?
It's a nice size.
Good size, very light, huge window.
It feels like a converted flat, but this is a purpose-built Maisonette of its period. Yeah. So, turn of the century, I'd have thought. Yeah. 1 or 2 features have gone. There would have been a fireplace in here.
Yeah.
That's what that vent's doing, so you could open that up again. The boards are good, they're original.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are amazing.
Sanded, they would come up really well.
Yeah.
It's had a kind of lick of paint just to present it, really, to kind of sell. But as you can see, you know, sky's the limit. You could effectively occupy this almost as it is, with a few little tweaks. Come with me, you see what I mean? Next door is a spacious main bedroom and a separate loo. Then there's a second, smaller bedroom, which is where I think they could gain the space to give them the large kitchen living area thereafter. I would cut this in half, lose the window, and go for a shower room. What I want to do is to give you the other half as extra space in the kitchen, which would mean taking out that wall there. You do want a nice big living space,
Yeah.
and that's through here.
Okay.
So, the idea is that that wall would come out and go back at least a metre.
That'd be good.
Could go back to where the door frame is.
That's pretty much where it would end up. It's as big as you're going to get it, I would say. And now it's out to the garden.
Oh, wow.
Now,
This is big for London.
Yeah, it is big. I mean, it's shared, of course, with upstairs. But, yeah, it's not...
It's all right.
Yeah.
Not bad. Nice little bonus in central London to have.
So much outside space is amazing.
Yeah. Well, treat it as a bonus, because the main thing is what you do with the space in there.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Good.
Definitely.
Keep being excited. Come on. So, to give an idea of the cash needed to realise the potential here, we asked a local architect round to give us an estimate for moving the bathroom, allowing Sam and James to create the large open-plan living space thereafter. And they're saying somewhere in the order of £50,000 to £60,000.
Okay.
Now, add that on top of your £300,000 spend on buying this place, and it will probably go for that because of where it is.
Yeah.
Suddenly, you really are challenging the budget.
Yeah, no, I really like it, actually.
No, yeah, really, I really like it. It's one of the best ones we've seen, I'd say.
Yeah.
Really?
I'd say, yeah, without a doubt.
Good.
Looking
For
around.
the price.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've given you a few ideas.
Yeah.
Lots to think about.
Lots to think about.
Okay, good. Sam and James have seen two flats. One is great value for money, but not quite in the right location. The other's in the right area, but stretches their budget to its limit. We'll find out later if they're up for taking on one of these disused dwellings. When it comes to taking on a vacant building, it's not just private buyers who are keen to restore them to their former glory. The Landmark Trust is a charity that rescues some of the country's most historic buildings at risk of being lost forever. One such place is this 19th century keeper's cottage, built on the Shuttleworth estate in Bedfordshire.
It was lived in by the gamekeeper at the time called Richard Ayrton, and we know from records that he lived here with his wife and possibly up to 7 children. When we first saw this building, the surrounding woodland was basically beginning to engulf the building. There were huge holes in the roof, the timbers were all beginning to rot, all the panes of glass had been broken, and the building was really deteriorating fast. We're very lucky that there's a lot of records attached to this building, so we're actually able to piece together quite a lot of how the building would have looked and to restore the building using as much of the original structure as possible.
It took a year to complete the work, and the price of this authenticity was more than £400,000. But Keeper's Cottage now has a bright future.
We make it available for holidays, and staying here you can really picture the life of a late 19th century gamekeeper, and hopefully people can kind of put themselves into the past and the past way of lives of our ancestors. Being able to turn up at the building once the last lick of paint has been put on and the keys have been just about handed over to the first people staying there gives you a great sense of satisfaction that you know that that building has now been saved and given a new future.
And if you fancy making an empty property your next home, here's how you can go about it. Let estate agents know exactly what you're looking for and where, and get them to tell you the moment these gems come on the market. Be prepared to act, because if they're in a desirable area, they can sell fast. And look around your neighbourhood. Some forgotten homes are easier to spot than others. Look out for obvious signs of neglect, like an untidy garden and shabby paintwork. And don't just consider abandoned houses. Subject to planning approval, disused schools and pubs can make interesting homes too. I've been showing first-time buyers Sam and James some options that could make an ideal home for them. They want a 2-bedroom flat with a large kitchen living space close to transport links in southwest London. I've taken them round 2 different places, but have I convinced them that a vacant home could be for them? So how have you found today?
Very interesting. I've enjoyed it.
No, it's good.
I mean, it all started over in Peckham.
Yeah.
£215,000 for that, you know, ground floor, in theory, 3-bed property.
It was a great property. Though, you know,
Yeah, I mean, the one in Peckham has surprised me what you can get for your money. As we said, if we could find something like that somewhere else, that would be perfect, but it's just a bit far out.
Well, we then took you to Balham, where the prices were very different, £300,000. But what did you think of that one?
Yeah, good. It's the first property we've seen in Balham.
and big bedrooms and a potential for a big kitchen living area.
It's a place that you can adapt in a number of ways to suit your budget, given that that was £300,000, very much at the top end of what you were hoping to spend.
We definitely consider it.
Yeah.
And look at other ones.
Look at other ones first.
With that in mind, and see what to compare it to, basically.
So it's a good benchmark.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're still convinced that the idea of taking on an empty building is the way to go?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd love to do it, yeah.
Well, guys, best of luck, and let us know how you get on.
Thanks very
Thanks
much.
so much.
Searching for that empty property that's going to be just right for you can take some time, but it is worth all the trouble and all the research, because once you've found it, you will know that you are well on the way to the house of your dreams. Sam and James put in an offer on the second flat as they liked it so much, but sadly they were outbid. What we've shown them, though, has got them fired up to find a vacant place they can call home.